Hello YouTube and preppers, this is the Comms Prepper, and I just posted a video about Midland's new GMRS mobile radio, the MXT400. And in the comment section, I got a few questions about technical specifications. As a Part 95 certified radio, test results had to be sent to the FCC on this radio in order to get that FCC ID number, that Part 95 compliance number. So I have a website up here that you can use for any piece of equipment that has an FCC ID number on it. You can actually pull all the test result reports that were sent into the FCC to get that piece of equipment certified. So for the Midland MXT400, we're going to put the ID number in here. It starts off with MMA, and then we're going to put MXT400, and we're going to search that. And here's our test results. Now you can select summary or detail. We're going to go ahead and hit the detail. Get a warning that we're leaving that page and going to another site. We're going to hit OK. And now I can look at the test report or the test setup photos or even internal photos. So let's go ahead and pull up the internal photos and see what this radio looked like inside. These are pictures that had to be sent to the FCC. There we have the front panel display, the back of the display, the buttons. Now we're looking at the RF board. Looks like the oscillator over here. We're looking at the back side. Here's where the heatsink paste is. Radio disassembled. We'll go ahead and close that out. And then we can actually look at the test report that the independent lab had to do on the radio to make sure the radio complied with all the regulations for the general mobile radio service. So here's that report. We'll zoom that out. The company who did the test is down in Florida. And if you want to know anything about the specifications, power, receive sensitivity, frequency accuracy, it'll all be in this report. And there's certain specs that have to be met in order to get that FCC certification or that number put on a piece of equipment. So everything that was done to this radio to make sure it was compliant with all the rules of the general mobile radio service will be contained in this written report. You got audio response. We'll scroll down a little more. It'll actually show you a spectrum analyzer print shot to make sure you're not putting out harmful interference or harmonics, to make sure everything falls within the required specification. And this red line shows the tolerances within the regulations. And as you can see with the blue lines, this is definitely falling within the established specification. So it's on frequency, it's accurate, and there's not a whole lot of harmonics coming out here that can cause harmful interference to adjacent stations. They'll test it. They'll actually show you here how they did the test each time they do a test. Let's go ahead and close that out and see what else we have. Test setup photos. So these are pictures that the lab actually took when doing these tests. So you can see the equipment that was being used. There's the radio. Of course you have a dummy load. Looks like a spectrum analyzer here, a signal generator, everything's on a cart. Scroll down a little more. Alright, they're pulling all the equipment in. We've got a frequency counter over here. Got some nice equipment there in that lab. There's the individual pieces laid out. There's the actual chamber that the test is done in. So this is a shielded room, and you got an antenna that's looking right at that radio. This is looking for harmful harmonics and things like that. So it's pretty detailed report that they do for each piece of equipment that gets that ID number, and it's a great resource to come out to this web page and actually be able to look up a piece of radio equipment. So if you have a certified piece of equipment, just take that FCC ID number and plug it in, and you can learn all about your radio communications equipment or any device that has an FCC ID number. And as always, thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. This has been the Comms Prepper with a short video on how to look up an FCC ID on a piece of equipment. Thanks for watching.